Welcome to Black Gumbo Southern Gardening. Have you ever had so many garden projects going on that you just needed one more? That's what I've got. Let's go. Well, I have this thing for fruit trees now. I've had it for a while, got into fig trees and started propagating figs. Grew my own from cuttings. Most of my trees are grown from cuttings that I propagated myself. Got into muscadine grapevines. Love them. Really fun. Highly productive. That's perennial fruit. I can count on that at the end of every summer now if I just take care of those vines. But I'm into apples now. Apples, stone fruit. That's the next journey. And if you've been around my channel long, you know that that's been part of what we do here. We grow some small apple trees. And this is the end of year one, beginning of year two for those trees. And the ones that I have in the ground already that we grew from bench grafts, well, I showed you in a video this week how to force out growth and begin to build structure on those trees. That's what we want. But I needed another one. And because I needed another one, well, you might as well throw in a peach tree, right? Let me show you how we're going to plant our apple tree. They're bare root trees, and I'll show you how they arrive, what they look like, and how to plant them. And yeah, just another project. Something I didn't really, well, I guess I didn't really need it, but I wanted it. Black gumbo clay. I have to say, this area right here is not as hard and packed as other areas of my yard, as evidenced by the many earthworms in there. That's encouraging. So what we're going to do is just kind of loosen up this clay down here in the bottom. And I'm going to cut some channels in the sides. When those roots wake up, that hard clay wall won't in fact be smooth. It will encourage those roots to go into these crevices a bit and start to branch out and explore. I'm not going to amend the hole. You don't want to amend the soil in a hole when you're planting a tree. Otherwise, what motivation is there for the tree roots to go explore? Yeah, the tree needs to thrive in the soil it's going to live in and get started there. So we're going to just put this apple tree right here in this clay. I have loosened it up going deep. There is a clay layer in my yard that is down there. I want to kind of break that up a little bit. Give this plant an opportunity to go deep if it needs to. Bare root trees usually come in a pack like this with their roots covered up by plastic and some sort of a moisture trapping wrap, maybe newspaper. Some places use those gel pellets, but we're going to untie this and take a look at these roots here. It's been sitting in my garage for about a week now, and the apple tree is actually starting to break buds, so we need to get this in the ground pretty quickly. If I can get it untied, we can make some progress here. Alright, there's our string. Here's what I mean. Ison's uses this gel. This is a water absorbing gel. So we're just going to take this over to a bucket and rinse it off. Well, here's our bare root system. You can see what they mean by bare root. It's literally bare. You can see the graft was right here, so we don't want to bury that graft union. We want to bury it up to about right there. You can tell this is a pretty hardy rootstock. It's got all these knobs, and it already wants to root from right here. You see, I don't know if you can see, there's little root nodes coming out around here. So let's get this in the ground and trim it up. Most rootstocks have a nub end that is pretty stout, because they propagate these rootstocks from cuttings. So you've got the top of the cutting here, the bottom of the cutting there, and you can kind of rest that on the bottom of your hole. I'm going to need to come up a little higher because I don't want this graft union to go beneath the surface of the soil. You can use a stick across your hole to help you locate where you want your plant to be. So let's put some more soil down in there. And I'm going to compact it a little bit. Though this is clay, it's kind of friable clay. That's good. Meaning that it breaks apart fairly easily. It's heavy clay, but it breaks apart. Let's test now. A little more. Again, digging your hole deeper and then backfilling is just fine. It allows the soil down in there to be broken up, so the roots will have an easier time of getting started, although they are going to have to work their way out of this hole at some point. I think that'll do. Alright, so you want to spread your roots out a bit. It's often helpful to have somebody help you here to hold this straight up and down. I don't have that right now. Everybody's busy. Now we're going to take some of our looser soil and pack around the bottom of our tree. You always want to make sure that your tree is oriented in the way you like it to be. Alright, this is looking good. Put some of this sod upside down in the hole. Put some organic material down there so the grass breaks up. Again, we haven't covered up our graft union, and we've left a little space to put mulch around there. That's going to be next. Very slow draining soil. We don't want it to be waterlogged in there, but we do want moisture down in that soil. The variety of tree here is an Anna. It is an apple developed in Israel, and it is a pollinator of my golden Dorset over there. I also have Shell of Alabama. It too is a pollinator of golden Dorset. But the classic pair, if you have a golden Dorset or an Anna, you need one more of the other, because they pollinate each other, and there's very few apples in the list of pollinators for Anna and golden Dorset, so just why not get two? Shell of Alabama, again, that's another option to fertilize your golden Dorset. But yeah, we've got an Anna and a golden Dorset and a Shell of Alabama, so we should be set. This has already got some scaffolds growing up, but they're going the wrong, they're too high. So we're going to train these to go out more and hope we get another one from here. We'll let this get established before I start hacking on it. Alright, so what I've done is put the mulch all the way up to the tree, but I've left this little caldera here, and the graft union is exposed, and that'll keep that rootstock from shooting up branches. Whatever that rootstock is, we don't want it. There's nothing good that's going to grow on that in terms of fruit. It's only there for the root. What we want is all this. Alright, I'm going to water that in once again. Alright, there's a view of our micro orchard. We've got a Anna. Way over there we have a Fuji. I forgot, but those are all apple trees. There's our plum tree, and where that shovel is, I think that's where my peach is going to go, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so it's close, but you can keep them close. But that's a good spot for sun right there. However, I'm not sure yet. While I think about it, let me show you what we're going to do. We can't let these roots on a bare rootstock tree dry out. That's all my muscadines. My muscadines are in the process of getting trimmed up. What we're going to do is we're going to take this tree. It's been soaking in that rain barrel. And I'm going to put it in a pot just temporarily. So, it's regular old potting soil. I just want this tree not to die while I contemplate its future. I had a peach tree grow in a pot last year. It was a peach tree I thought was dead. And I put it, I think it might have even been in this pot. I don't want to use all this good stuff just for a temporary. Aha, there's some soil down there. That ought to do. We'll water that in real well, and that will keep this guy alive temporarily until we figure out what to do with it. Again, remember, this is just temporary, so we don't have to be real careful. Well, so many projects going that, I don't know where to put them all. This guy is peach tree. I really need a peach tree. This is an early grande, and we will be putting this in, accompanying our other stone fruit, which is a plum. And if you run out of room, you can just take some of this tree, some of that tree, you can graft them together. Stone fruits generally graft together, plums and peaches generally will take. And if we find ourselves getting too crowded back here, even though we're trying backyard orchard culture, well, we might try that. We might try to graft some trees together so we can get a little bit of what we want on some small trees in a small space. But, all right, well, we're done with that. All right, here we go. Look at that. It is breaking bud. That's encouraging to see, but this is ahead of all the others. I believe this tree is probably a little bit older than my other trees, but not by much. But we've already got some branching that I like to see. I've got this one here going that way, this one going this way, this one going out that way, and then I've got the central leader heading upwards. We're going to have to bend these trees out, put some spacers in here, and then maybe weigh these down. We want these scaffold branches to go horizontal. This is in the wrong spot. I like that one. These are damaged. Yeah, but we've got an apple tree now, a new one. And hopefully it'll take. Hopefully it'll like this soil. And one more project, one more thing to prune. But one more source of perennial fruit. I'm encouraged. The thing about us gardeners is sometimes, we just want to fill up every available space with something. The way I've approached that, all these projects is, well, I could start a new project like this, or, well, I could do a project that needs to get done, like pruning my muscadines or weeding the garden or preparing the annual beds for spring. But now's the time. Right now, the break of spring is when everything happens at once. Man, I'm tired. We've got a home renovation going on. Phoebe's recovering from surgery, needs to be, have somebody on her all the time, pretty much. My daughter and her fiance are visiting this week, so it's a crazy household, but things still have to get done. It's never too late, and it's never too busy to add one more project. Hey, thanks for joining me on Gumbo Southern Gardening. Man, what a week. I hope that you have happy gardening. I hope the spring is good to you. I hope your single seed challenge is doing good. Hey, if you need some seeds, try seedsforgenerations.com. There's a link below. That's my affiliate link. If you use that link, you support a wonderful business, family-run business, wonderful seeds. And if you use my link, you'll be supporting our channel as well, and I really appreciated it. It was from your support of Seeds for Generations that I was able to purchase all the seeds that I used in the giveaway. So, in one sense, it comes right back to you. Anyway, follow us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, and we'll talk to you next time. Happy gardening. Bye-bye.